I've got a handful of tips for you today to maximize the Niji model in Midjourney in order to get the most out of it and also just have a bit of fun doing some maybe unexpected things. So the first one is personalization. Earlier in the week, Midjourney came out with personalization for Niji. So you essentially need to rank a separate set of images in order to get your personalized style with Niji. So the way it works, if we're logged into the website, we want to head over the left here to tasks. When we get there, we have a bunch of tasks here, including rank image aesthetics, curate the home front page. But what we want is to rank image aesthetics Niji, and click on that. And from here, you go on to rank which images you prefer, left or right. You can click on which one you like. I prefer right in this instance, and simply go back and forth that way. Another quick tip if you want to get through this is to use 1 and 2. I can hit 1 here or 2 for right. I like number 1 in this one, so I click 1. I like the right image of this one, so I click 2. Now, if I want to skip altogether, I can click 3 and go from there. And we need to rank 200 images. So essentially, what we want to do is go through, spend a few minutes, and rank a bunch of these images. So I've now ranked over 200 images. In the past, they used to show how many you've ranked here, but that doesn't seem to be here, at least at the moment. But now, we can go and put this to the test. I head over to Create, and I'm going to type in a prompt. I have a powerful samurai in the city. I'm also going to bring down my options. I'm going to change from version 6.1 to Niji 6. I'm going to submit this without personalization first. Then I'm going to use the same prompt again. And I come down here to personalize and turn that on. And as before, I have a personalization code, and we wait for these to come through. And we see here at the top, we have the personalized images. Down the bottom, we have the normal images. Notice how these are kind of more like a choppier sort of art style compared to the images on my personalized, because I prefer a more cartoony anime style in the images I selected. But there's even more to it than that. Again, I can use this prompt. And I want to just say that if you're using Discord, all you need to do is in your prompt, just add --p at the end to turn on personalization. But there is another step we can take, and that is to add --stylize, and we can actually increase how much our personalization affects the image by bringing that up from 100, which is the default level, or we can bring it down from 100 if we want to decrease it. So I can type in stylize 1000 here, or that's the same in Discord. I just want to type that in, or I can just simply go to the drop down here and crank up stylization on this slider. But for now, we're going to stick with stylize 1000 in the prompt because that is what Discord users can also use. So I have --p --stylize 1000 to bring my personalization up to full. I hit enter. And notice how we get some much thicker outlines and cleaner images. Compare these to the non-personalized, and you see there's a big difference in my personalized model to the standard model. But let's bring some up on screen and compare further. Keep in mind the same seed was used for all these images, but you can see from the left, which is the standard, to the right, my personalized image does look a bit more cartoony. If I switch the stylize up to 1000, it changes it pretty drastically again, and even with the same seed, none of them were really that similar. Now in this prompt, the dog looked much the same, except the dog always seemed to have some kind of human-like clothes on it, especially when I cranked it up to 1000, adds a little sword in there, makes it more cartoony, but again, still, none of them were similar until I got to this one, the Cyberpunk City Girl, where they look vastly different. But when I put the stylize up, just the stylization of that right image changed, the hair got a bit longer, but it was more or less the same kind of image overall, which is interesting because most of them didn't have that effect. But you can see how it steered it more towards my own personal style, and it will probably do the same for you with your personal preferences if you go through this process. My next tip is to add the Nijijourney bot to your Discord account. Essentially, if you head to Nijijourney.com, you'll find down here, there's actually apps you can download as well if you want to check those out. But otherwise, click on Start Now, and it will say here to join the Discord. You'll be invited to the Nijijourney bot, so you accept the invite. And I have a bunch of servers here, but you'll notice down here we have the Nijijourney server. And I can come down to image generation here, find the Nijijourney bot, or tap the avatar on phone, but I click the name, and I always recommend to avoid the noise, going to direct message the bot. Now on phone, you can just direct message from here. Otherwise, I just click here to view the profile, hit the little message button, and you notice I've already been using it here in the past. But I can take this exact same prompt, type in /imagine. Everything is identical to Midjourney. As long as you have a Midjourney account, you have access to this. I can paste it in my prompt, but also --P for personalize. And you'll notice it adds my personalization code to the end of the prompt. And you'll notice I get a different looking image, vastly different than before. So again, I can use personalize on the Nijijourney bot as well. So that is a very handy little platform tip for Niji. My next tip is to define anime, manga, or the style when using Niji. So Niji, even though it is an anime model, doesn't always nail the actual style. So you'll notice this one here, a lot of them look more like paintings. So if I take this exact same prompt, keeping in mind I have personalization turned off now, I want to actually add in a style such as anime style, hit enter. And notice how it starts to get a little bit closer to an actual anime style, even though it still has a bit of a painted look. So the more specific you get, the better. So again, if I take this prompt, use it, and I type in 1990s anime movie screen cap, if I really want it to look like something from an anime film, hit enter again, notice how our images now look like they're taken straight out of an anime film. It's even got a little bit of that softened film look to it, and we get more control over the final anime look. And I'm going to share with you a bunch of anime styles at the end of this video. But to show you what I mean also, I've put in manga comic style, and you can get more of that comic book style, sort of manga style, if you really want to nail that as well. So Niji, it is a model that is flexible and is fed a lot of anime or manga images, but it still helps to actually define that style. Now, while we should define anime styles in Niji, my next tip is actually quite the reverse, and that is to try non-anime styles with Niji and get different results again. Starting with Octane Render, notice how on the right, Niji has made the image far more stylized compared to version 6.1 on the left. Move on to DSLR photo, and just the framing and the style of the image is way different in Niji on the right. Also, pop art creates something very different in both of the models. We move on to stained glass portrait, very different style from Niji on the right compared to what we get on the left. Finally, Art Nouveau. Again, very different style, much brighter on the right, very Niji-like, but just adds a little something to the image. On the left, very stationary. It doesn't stay true to the style necessarily, but it does create something unique. Another quick tip, which might seem obvious, but also people might not be using it, and that is using style codes of Niji. I was able to create some very stylized anime style images using style codes, like the ones you see on screen here, and it got me some pretty nifty results. So don't forget to try out your favorite style codes with Niji, as well as just version 6.1. My next tip is to get in the habit of switching models and trying transferring from one model to another. So I have my Niji image here, and this works in both ways, but we're going to start by going backwards from Niji to something else. So I have here this version 6 Niji image I generated earlier, and if I want to try and see what I can get from, say, version 6.1, but I want to keep it similar, what I can do is simply go to Remix Subtle, which will pop the information at the top here. If you're on Discord, just go to /settings, activate Remix, and use Very Subtle. And then when you get to edit your prompt, take away Niji 6, so --Niji 6, type in --V 6.1 or whatever model you want to change to, and hit enter. And we've got a few options here from version 6.1, which has a slightly different sort of feel to it, mostly the same, but we can mix things up that way. So again, this is our Niji 6 image, and we switch over to the version 6.1, and it's just a nifty way to try and change some of the details around. Nothing too drastic, just finer details you can adjust by changing between that model and the version 6.1 model. However, probably the best use of this is if I prefer, say, Niji 5, maybe a style, I'm going to use this prompt again. This time I'm going to switch to Niji 5. I'm going to change the style to expressive. So if I really like Niji 5 more than Niji 6, but I want that higher quality render, then I can use this prompt with Niji 5, hit enter, and I get some different style images of Niji 5 and the expressive style than I would with Niji 6. So if I take this image, which I think looks pretty good, and this time, Remix Subtle, I change Niji 5 to Niji 6. I remove the style command so you don't get an error. and I'm remixing based on this image using Niji 6. I hit enter, and you notice we've got some images that are framed up a little different and have a slightly different feel to them. But it doesn't just end there. What I can do is still come back to this image, remix subtle again, make my same changes, and still drag this image up as an image prompt. I could even try a style reference, but I can actually reinforce this image a bit more if I want to as well. I'm going to use style reference for this one and hit enter. So you can see here we've been able to create some more images in that same style, but using Niji version 6. So sometimes you can actually improve images this way. You can sort of bounce them from model to model. Just another way you can use some of the tools in Midjourney to get some different and unique results. This is often a great technique for framing images if you find that older versions frame images better, and then you can move them up to newer versions to improve the details. Well, my final tip is to take some time to learn some anime styles. So I'm going to pop a video on the screen right now which can help you do that, and it runs through a bunch of styles you can use to get better anime or manga style images using Niji and Midjourney. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.